Alright, so in this video, we're going to learn how to solve the systems of linear equations by the process of elimination. So our first equation that we're given is x minus y is equal to 4. And our second equation is x plus y is equal to 6. Now, given these two equations, we will learn how to combine them so that we are left with only one variable. So, let's get started. Notice that in this equation, there are two variables. We have x's and we have the y's. Our ultimate goal is to combine these two, have only one variable, and be able to solve for one, and then the other one after we are done solving with one of them. So, let's get started. Elimination starts with this little line over here to say that we are combining these two together. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to observe, or we're going to see if there are any variables that we can combine together so that they can be quote-unquote eliminated. Now notice the y's here. We have a plus y and we have a minus y. We know that if we combine a number or a variable and the negative of that variable, we know that these will become 0 and thus these will be eliminated. And that's what we ultimately want, for them to be eliminated, because then we will only have x left. So, what we're going to do now is I'm going to put a little plus to say that we are combining these two together. And now, for the plus y and minus y, when these two are added together, they'll become zeros, while the x and the x here, when combined together, will become 2 times x, or 2x. And that is equal to 10, because 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. Now, of course, we have 2x is equal to 10 here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try and solve for x. And notice that there is a 2 in front of x, which indicates 2 times x. So because we have 2 times x, we're going to do the inverse, or the reverse of that operation. We're going to divide both sides by that same number, 2 here. So divided by 2 here and divided by 2 on the other side. And notice that we have 2 and 2, so we divide these two and they become 1. Anything divided by itself equals 1. So therefore, we are left with x is equal to 10 divided by 2, which is equal to 5. So that is my first answer to one of the variables, that x is equal to 5. Now, using this, we can still use this to solve for the y. Our plan now is to plug this to either equation 1 or to equation 2. It doesn't matter which one I plug into because they will ultimately have the same answer. So therefore, I'm just going to use the first equation. So equation 1 is x minus y is equal to 4. So what we're going to do now is use x is equal to 5, and we're going to replace x for 5. We call this in math, we call it substitution, right? So we're going to go ahead and replace the x with 5, and we still have minus y is equal to 4. So our goal now is to solve for y here. We have 5 here, and minus y is equal to 4. So then we're going to isolate the y like we did before by subtracting both sides by 5 here on the left side and the right side. So then the minus y's will cancel out or become 0. Minus y is equal to negative 1. And notice that we still have a negative sign here, which means that there's a negative 1 here somewhere. So we're going to go ahead and divide both sides by negative 1 so that the y is completely isolated. So therefore, dividing both sides by negative here and negative there will make this into a positive number. So we know that at the end, y will be equal to negative 1 divided by negative 1, which also equals to positive 1. So therefore, our two solutions here will be x equals 5 and y equals 1, which we can also write as 5, 1. And that's how you can use linear equations. And that's how you can solve linear equations by the process of elimination.